You don't need to scream. You don't need to chase. You don't even need to explain. Just go silent and watch her world start to unravel. Because when a woman realizes you've truly lost interest, it's not just a moment. It's a psychological rupture. She can feel it in her gut. The energy she once felt orbiting around her, gone. The attention she used to expect without question, vanished. And suddenly, she's no longer the one in control. Not because you said anything, but because you didn't. Here's the truth. It's not that she loved you more than you thought. It's that she loved the version of herself who had your full focus. The version of herself who knew she could pull your strings. Now, she doesn't know where she stands. And that uncertainty terrifies her. This is where it all changes. This is when the games begin. This is when the stories, the seduction, the sabotage all kick in. And this is when you, the stoic man, must hold your frame. Because most men fold right here. They get pulled back in by guilt, by lust, by confusion. But not you. In this video, I'll show you exactly how a woman reacts the moment she senses your energy is gone, and how to stay grounded, calm, and in control while she tries to flip the script. If you've ever wondered what happens when you finally stop chasing, keep watching. You're about to find out. 1. She becomes hyper-aware of you. When a woman senses you've lost interest, something primal awakens. Her radar doesn't just activate, it sharpens. She starts noticing things she used to ignore: your tone, your timing, your silence. Suddenly, the same man she once overlooked becomes a mystery she can't decode. She begins complimenting you more, laughing a little louder at your jokes, even the ones that fell flat weeks ago. She watches your stories, likes your posts within seconds, and subtly reappears in spaces you frequent. It may seem sweet, but don't be fooled. This isn't love blooming. It's strategy unfolding. This shift in behavior is driven not by affection, but by a loss of control. Attention to her was never just about connection, it was about security. Your withdrawal has created a void, and that void threatens the identity she built around being desired. She isn't necessarily trying to love you better. She's trying to reclaim the validation she once had easy access to. She wants to feel pursued again, chosen again. But here's where most men lose their power. They chase the breadcrumbs, thinking it's romance returning. It's not. It's her, trying to re-establish dominance over your attention. Your job as a stoic man? Don't fall for the illusion of renewed intimacy. Don't reward inconsistency with effort. Be calm, be kind, but don't move backward. A high-value man does not melt under sudden warmth. He doesn't reward panic with pursuit. He observes, stays grounded, and continues building his own life. If she truly values you, she rises to meet you. But only if you stop lowering your standard to meet her halfway. 2. She tests your discipline. Once she realizes you're no longer orbiting her world, her next move is subtle but sharp. She'll begin testing your emotional discipline. Because to her, your silence can mean two things. You're stronger than she thought, or you're pretending, and she's dying to find out which one it is. That's when the games begin. She delays her replies, becomes cold, mentions a guy friend out of nowhere, or starts acting indifferent to your presence. Don't take it personally. It's not rejection. It's a stress test. She's poking the frame to see if it cracks. She wants to know, do you truly not care anymore, or are you just bluffing? And here's where 90% of men fail. The moment they feel that tension, they chase again. They send long texts, ask if something's wrong, or try to fix the vibe. But all of that only confirms what she feared. You were pretending to be strong. The moment you react to her bait, you hand back the power she was starting to fear losing. So what's the play? If she pulls away, don't flinch. If she tries to make you jealous, Don't respond with drama or competition. If she's cold, be calm. If she's distant, stay consistent. Let your steadiness be the proof of your detachment. A high-value man doesn't explain himself to provoke reassurance. He doesn't respond to emotional tests like a child craving approval. He remains steady in his values, not shaken by her moods. Epictetus said it best. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. She can test you. She can push, pull, or disappear. But when you stay centered, when you hold your frame with quiet strength, you pass the only test that matters, the test of your own self-respect. If what you've heard so far has helped you see things more clearly, take a moment to subscribe to the channel. It's the best way to support this kind of content and to help us create more powerful videos just like this one. No gimmicks, no fluff, just raw, valuable insights you can use. Thank you for being here. Now, let's continue. 3. She becomes emotionally unstable. This is when the emotional roller coaster begins. One day she's sweet, affectionate, reaching out with warmth and soft eyes. The next day she's cold, sarcastic, picking fights over nothing. One minute she's sending hearts, the next she's leaving you on read. She flirt then accuse, laugh then criticize, open up then shut down. At first glance, it looks like emotional chaos. But underneath the surface, this isn't madness, it's manipulation, dressed as confusion. She's not falling apart. She's calculating your response. She's fishing for one thing, an emotional reaction. Because if she can still make you feel something, anger, guilt, jealousy, then she knows she still matters. This is her way of clawing back control. She's hoping to stir your inner waters enough that you'll reach back out, try to fix things, chase again. That's the trap. Most men fall for it. They react emotionally. They argue, apologize, over-explain. And just like that, she regains the upper hand, but not you. You're the Stoic. You don't match her instability with more instability. You don't argue back. You don't beg for peace. You stay centered. You are the eye of the hurricane, still, calm, untouchable while the chaos spins around you. This isn't about being emotionless. It's about being emotionally disciplined. It's about understanding that her storm isn't yours to fix. When you remain composed in the face of emotional volatility, you show her that her tactics no longer move you. And ironically, that's what pulls her in even deeper. Because nothing is more magnetic than a man who cannot be shaken. 4. She tries to win you back through seduction. When silence doesn't work, when her emotional swings don't faze you, she shifts tactics again. This time, she turns to seduction. Her outfits get tighter, her tone gets lighter. Her presence becomes more playful, more flirty. Suddenly, she remembers your favorite food, wears the cologne you once said you loved, and brings up little memories you forgot you even shared. She's not just trying to remind you of who she is. She's trying to reignite the attachment you've already burned. Her social media gets more curated. Her DMs get more frequent. She becomes more agreeable, more in tune with your interests, your music, your mindset, your mission. To most men, this feels like a dream come true. She finally sees my value, they think. But don't be fooled. This isn't always a change of heart. More often, it's a reaction to loss, not a realization of love. She's not pursuing you because she's transformed. She's pursuing you because she's threatened. She wants to win, not necessarily to keep you, but to know she could if she wanted to. That's why your role in this phase is critical. Don't reward her effort too quickly. Don't jump back in the moment she starts putting on a show. A high-value man doesn't respond to performance, he watches for consistency. Let her effort accumulate over time. If it's genuine, it will endure the distance. If it's just another power move, it'll fade the moment she feels safe again. Key is this: observe patterns, not promises. Anyone can act right for a week. But if the motivation is fear of losing you, not true admiration of who you are, you'll end up in the same cycle again. Seduction without substance is just strategy. Don't fall for it. Let her prove it's real, not through how she looks, but how she shows up consistently when you're no longer easy to impress. 5. She plays psychological games. When sweetness doesn't work and seduction falls flat, she shifts to a darker strategy: psychological warfare. This is where things get subtle and dangerous. She starts sending mixed signals. You see cryptic Instagram stories, sudden bursts of silence, accidental photos with another guy, or vague captions like, "Some lessons hit harder than others." These aren't random. These are deliberate moves designed to create confusion, stir emotional chaos, and make you question your decisions. The goal? To provoke uncertainty, to break your clarity, to pull you back into the web through your own doubt. This isn't just about getting your attention. It's about reclaiming control over your emotional state. If she can make you spiral, chase, or confront her, she knows she still has psychological power over you. This is the moment where many men lose their frame. They reach out for answers. They ask, "Is everything okay?" Or, "Who's that guy?" And just like that, the power shifts back to her. But the Stoic doesn't chase clarity from chaos. The Stoic doesn't beg for peace from a storm someone else created. Your strength lies in your clarity of perception. You must see the game for what it is and refuse to play it. You don't respond to emotional bait. You don't decode hidden meanings. You don't argue with illusion. She wants to pull you into a maze. But you already know the exit: detachment. You don't owe her closure. You don't owe her confrontation. You owe yourself peace, progress, and inner stillness. The less you react, the more visible the game becomes. And eventually, when she realizes she can't shake your foundation, the games will end, not because she stops, but because they no longer work. 6. She tries to regain control of the frame. If she can't get your attention through emotion, affection, or confusion, she make one last attempt, reclaiming the frame. She'll try to flip the script, not by pulling you in, but by pushing you out. Suddenly, she's too busy. She cancels plans last minute. She shows up late. She acts like your presence is optional, even disposable. Then come the comments: "You've changed. You're not who you used to be. You're acting different, and not in a good way." This isn't concern. It's control. She's hoping to make you question yourself. She wants to destabilize your identity, to shake your center of gravity. Because if she can make you feel like you're the one falling off track, you'll chase her just to feel grounded again. But here's where your Stoic discipline must take full form. Don't explain. Don't defend. Don't waste your breath trying to justify your evolution to someone who fears it. Let her words fall flat against your silence. Let her superiority collapse under the weight of your calm detachment. You are not cold. You are focused. You are not ignoring her. You are prioritizing your path. You are not who you used to be, and that's the whole point. When she tries to reclaim control, it's because she senses that you've built your own frame, one where her approval is no longer the center of your world. And the truth is, a man with his own frame is not only powerful, he's untouchable. The more she tries to shake you, the more she reveals her fear of no longer having influence. Stay centered. Stay consistent. Stay free. 7. She becomes the chaser. When all else fails, when affection, seduction, and mind games no longer work, she flips the script. She stops pulling back and starts moving toward you. Not slowly. Not subtly. She pursue you hard. She'll text you first, sometimes out of nowhere. She'll find reasons to reach out questions she already knows the answers to. Accidental photos meant to spark curiosity, or even voice notes just to check in. You'll hear things like, "I miss how we used to laugh," or Remember when we used to talk for hours? She'll suggest meeting up, offering just the right mix of nostalgia and vulnerability. And suddenly, the woman who once made you feel like a backup plan is trying to prove that you were the one who got away. But here's where many men stumble. They interpret her chase as love. They think it means she's changed. But often, it doesn't. Means she loves you more, it means she hates losing the game. Because in her mind, she was supposed to be the one who walked away. You changed the narrative. You walked, you meant it. And that reality bruises her ego more than her heart. So what do you do now? You don't get emotional. You don't rush to reward her. You let her chase with intention, not impulse. You let her show consistency, not just enthusiasm. Let her feel what it's like to earn back what she once took for granted. You didn't become high value by begging. You became high value by reclaiming your self-respect and choosing peace over chaos. And if she wants access to your world again, she must rise to your level, not pull you back into hers. The moment you make it easy again is the moment you lose everything you've built. So let her pursue, let her prove. Let her learn that desire without effort means nothing to a man who knows his worth. When a woman realizes you've lost interest, her reaction isn't always about love, it's about loss of control. It's about the shift in power that catches her off guard. Her world starts to spin because for the first time you're no longer orbiting hers, but yours, it stays centered. It stays calm. Because you're no longer a man who runs toward validation. You're a man who walks with purpose, with poise, with peace. The Stoic man doesn't chase, he attracts. He doesn't respond to manipulation, he recognizes it and steps aside. He doesn't fall for emotional traps, he watches from a distance. Detached but not cold. You don't need her validation. You don't need her approval. You've already claimed something more powerful, your own value. And that's the paradox when you finally stop giving away your power. The very people who once overlooked you come running back. But by then, you've already changed. You've evolved. You've become the man who no longer reacts because he no longer needs to. So stay grounded, stay disciplined, stay in motion, and watch how everything you once chased starts chasing you